Hey, it's Rich back with you for another video. Today we're taking the King Air, heading up to Napa to look at an airplane, and then over to Hayward to meet with a customer. And it's a perfect opportunity to use an airplane like the King Air. The weather's kind of down here, at least for us in Southern California, some light rain. So the King Air is a great airplane to use, and we're going to take you along for the ride.
Yeah, did it again.
It's weird.
Yeah, shit, do it.
Must be miswired maybe or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you change anything since you did it in Mexico?
No.
Unit 0 Charlie Romeo, can I depart you? We'll see it.
Let's get next to Charlie Romeo. Departure King Air 90 Charlie Romeo is 500 for 3,000.
King Air 980 Charlie Romeo, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 6,000.
Up to 6,000, 0 Charlie Romeo.
King Air 0 Charlie Romeo, proceed direct Santa Catalina VOR, resume navigation.
Alright, direct Catalina on now, 0 Charlie Romeo.
SoCal Southwest 2374 out of 6,900 for 6,300. 74 and we're at 190.
SoCal approach next sector.
Okay, so we leveled off. The weather wasn't really much of a factor. We're at 20,000 feet. Heading up to Napa, as I mentioned, to look at a couple airplanes. We got Craig with us, our CEO. In the back, we haven't really introduced the team. We got Kai, who you've seen in videos, but never really introduced him. He does a lot of most of the video work. And then Ryan Finney's back there too. Ryan joined us about 6 months ago in aircraft sales. And other than just always referring to OCR, haven't really talked much about what the business is, so let Craig tell you a little bit about what OCR is and how we got joined up.
Yeah, so OCR, I founded OCR in 2015. My history has been a pilot for a long time, but was in the technology space. Short version is I wanted to put passion of flying and put together and actually see if I can figure out how to make a living doing it. In 2016, we acquired a maintenance business that's been in Long Beach for a long time. And then in 2017, Rich and I started working together on various types of transactions, deals, some aircraft sales, and then about a year and a half ago, we decided, 1 + 1 is 3, and we put the two companies together under the OCR name, and we've grown the team, probably almost 100% in the last 2 years, up to 20+ employees, focus on aircraft sales. We got our private FBO at the Long Beach Airport. We manage airplanes. On the maintenance side, we do maintenance, everything from just pure maintenance to, some structural work to enhancements, add AC. Most of that work is focused in the owner flow market, really across the business. Everything from small piston turboprops, King Airs, Caravans, and then up through light jets, the M2s, Mustangs. We also do transition training. Our team, between Rich and the people we have on the maintenance side and on the management side, we've got a lot of expertise.
It's been working out well, so we're pretty excited about where we're at right now.
Yeah, it's been a fun 6 years for the company overall, and especially the last year and a half, since you and I put our two companies together.
This is the company King Air. This is a good example of how we put this airplane to use, and a lot of our customers also use our airplanes. I mean, it's a business use aircraft, and the utility of being able to use it on a mission like today to get up here and look at these airplanes really be hard to do on the airlines, and in a smaller airplane it'd be difficult to do. So it's nice to have this around, and it really pays dividends for the business and the growth phase that we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, it really is a really perfect airplane for a lot of our missions.
Yeah, it really is. We got about an hour left on this flight. We'll check back in when we're approaching into Napa.
Alright, clear to land 19 right, 90 Romeo.
Okay, so we're looking at this 414A, and generally looking at general condition of the airplane, look at the radios, we'll review the logbooks, interior condition. This is a nice, clean airplane. The radios are a little dated, but overall it looks clean cosmetically. We know some of the history on this airplane just because of some connections that we have, and it was on a Part 135 certificate, but definitely needed some updated radios. But depending on the total time on the airplane and the motors, it can be a candidate to get a lot of avionics updates. We're going through the logs on the airplane. Obviously we check out the cosmetics and general condition of the airplane, but you can really tell a lot obviously by looking through the logbooks, looking for damage history, looking for complete logs. Complete logs is important, and then routine maintenance, and you get all the times and everything, and it takes some time to dig into the logbooks. All right, we're finished up here in Napa. We looked at a 414 and a 172 RG. Now we're heading over to Hayward to check out a Stearman that we're going to be listing, and we're going to take you along with us.
Cessna 3 Tango Hotel, runway 19 right, clear to land.
90 Charlie Romeo, thanks. 90 Charlie Romeo, please change for room 2.
We're over in Hayward, standing here with Gary Oberti, who's owned this Stearman for 15 years.
15 years, yes.
And you had it after it was restored.
Yeah, it was restored in 1994.
1994, and then you've had it.
I've had it since 2007.
Right. So tell us a little about the airplane and about your history with Stearmans, because you have a lot of knowledge, and I know these airplanes basically, but I don't have near the depth of knowledge you have. So give us some background on that.
I was vice president of the Stearman's Restorers Association, which is back in Galesburg, and learned a lot about these airplanes. This has a Lycoming engine. It's a 9-cylinder, 225 horsepower.
And you like the Lycomings better than the
I like them because they're not as susceptible to icing. They don't have the continental cough because the manifold is in front of the cylinders.
Right.
So it keeps warm air going over, so you don't get the lean out that you do with the Continentals, and they're not as susceptible to hydrolocking.
Right.
And I've got a Roah system, rocker arm recovery system, oil system, which when it's not being used, it drips down here. I have to empty it like every 2 weeks. If I've just flown it, I might have to be 3 or 4 days if it's hot.
Yeah, that's such a great system.
But it keeps it from going into the cylinders.
Yeah.
So that's your choice. Either you can take it out of here, or you can take it and have oil all over the floor.
Yeah.
Or
which we do on the Waco.
Yeah.
We have a ton of oil on the floor. But
yeah, and this one I have to pull it through twice for every cylinder, so I have to pull it through 18 times.
Yeah.
And then after you've flown, even if you stop for 15 minutes to get lunch or 20 minutes, take it out and pull it at least 5 times.
Yeah.
To make sure. And if you come to a hard spot,
right,
don't pull it. You'll break a rod.
And you mentioned too, this is standard category.
Standard category aerobatic. Which is a lot of them are experimental.
Right.
This is standard category aircraft.
Airworthiness certificate.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is museum quality.
Yeah.
I can assure you.
Yeah. And the Lycoming engine and just the way. And
well, yeah, a lot of people like the Continentals. I like this because it has a larger sump. so it'll hold more oil in it. I know a lot of the Jakes don't have a sump at all, as you're probably aware,
right.
And the Continental's a little bit smaller, but this will hold a little more oil without it all blowing out. You know, they say if a radial engine doesn't leak oil, it doesn't have any.
That's right. That's exactly. I can attest to that. Yeah. And the cockpit, avionics are pretty
Everything
standard.
is close to standard and stock back in 1942 as you can get.
Yeah.
It's got the wood running boards, and you know, the instruments are all conventional, but some of them they were used in different aircraft because that's all they did back in World War II. And it's funny, people get in and they look at the fuel gauge and it's just sitting on empty.
Yeah.
Well, the fuel gauge is above the wing.
Right. And in your ownership, it's hangared here for the last 15 years.
15 years.
And you just flew it, recreational use, that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
and air shows, and
Yeah.
it really got a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And I miss it just because I can't fly it anywhere. It's just too uncomfortable
Yeah.
for me. I'm almost 70.
Yeah.
I've had
Nice.
my fun.
So the airplane has 600 since
A little
rebuild?
over 600, yeah.
Since rebuild. And
Yeah, the engine it was rebuilt with it, so it's got since rebuild about 600 hours. It's about maybe halfway to TBO, depending on how you take care of it. I change the oil every 25 hours, regardless.
And the airplane is how old? It's a 40.
It'll be 80 years old on January 1st.
Wow.
1942, January 1st is the
airworthiness date.
tag.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're finished up in Hayward. We got to meet Gary and his beautiful Stearman. You'll be seeing that on the internet soon for sale. And this is pretty typical for what we do, you know, finding airplanes for sale, meeting with customers. And again, the utility of an airplane like this King Air to be able to get around and do what we need to do and make it back. We'll be back in Long Beach probably by 3:30 and started off probably 9:45 and got a lot done. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.